This is so cool, being able to sit here and look out the window and see all the whole Himalaya range as it goes by. You see the 5 tallest mountains in the entire world. We just saw Mount Everest. The view up here is ridiculous.
Bhutan is a special place. Geographically speaking, Bhutan is pretty close to Nepal. It's right next door. But environmentally, the two are very different. Bhutan has managed to preserve most of its forest and wildlife habitat. In fact, it's the only country in the world where forest cover is increasing. The Bhutanese have tremendous respect for their environment. My favorite thing about Bhutan is that they measure their country's wealth not based on dollar amount, but on gross national happiness. Obviously, we couldn't wait to check it out. Mingma with us from the World Wildlife Fund to be our environmental expert. But we also wanted to have an expert on Bhutanese culture. Se Wang was our man. Hello.
Hello. Se Wang.
Hello. Nice to meet
Welcome to Bhutan.
you. Hello.
How are you? Nice to meet you.
Nice to
Welcome to Bhutan.
Hello, I'm Mark.
Mark.
Nice to meet you.
Hello, I'm Doc. Hey, Doc. He's my man. Hi. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Welcome to Bhutan.
Thank you very much.
I have to ask this question really quick. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Are your cold?
No.
Okay.
The hot air is trapped inside.
Okay, so just like bouncing off between.
Yeah.
We're in Bhutan.
Ingmar, are we going to the monastery?
Yep.
Where is it?
It's just north of here.
Buddhism is the #1 religion in Bhutan, and its influence is present almost everywhere you look. Monasteries are the most obvious symbol of that influence, and there are dozens throughout Bhutan's countryside. The architecture in these places is incredibly detailed. Buddhists try to live in harmony with all things, and it's apparent even in the murals and artwork of these amazing buildings.
No matter where you're from or what you believe in, you're just like, there's definitely a power there. And it's just a strong one. It's really cool.
We're on our way to the Pajika Valley. Fortunately, it's a beautiful drive. Unfortunately, there's only one road to get there, and it's steep, curvy, and stretches really, really high into the mountains.
The altitude is so high that the package of pistachios is about to explode.
We are at 7,000 feet above sea level.
Oh, wow. No wonder my ears were steadily getting clogged.
It's funny because Nepal is right next door, right?
Yes.
But it's so different.
We have much more forest cover than them. Something like 72 plus.
72%?
Yes. Of our total land area is forest.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then there's a law mandated by the king that would require a minimum of 60% to be maintained.
So you're maintaining above
Yes.
what is mandatory.
That's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's so awesome. I like Bhutan, man.
Yeah.
Se Wang is badass. He was born in Bhutan, but he went to college at Berkeley in California. That may sound unusual, but it's actually very common here. Bhutan only opened its doors to the Western world in 1974. Since then, they've maintained a careful balance of old world tradition and modern convenience.
That's a scooter. And there's a monk on the back of the scooter.
I think I've seen that monk before.
I went to the United States. You know, other of my friends have gone to Harvard, and we speak the global language. But if we cannot preserve our local treasures, then we would be failures, right?
You coming back here to help this country says a lot about how strong and how powerful and how important it is for its people to keep it as it is.
It made sense for us, you know, to be isolated and, you know, speak our own language. But I know, I mean, I go out to party. But just because I go and dance to Black Eyed Peas, you know, doesn't make me un-Bhutanese, you know?
Right.
What are the flags on the big poles?
Oh, they are prayer flags.
Prayer flags?
Yes, they're prayer flags. They're mostly hoisted on the mountaintops, but also around houses.
They're what flags?
Prayer flags, they are for when somebody dies, you can hoist prayer flags.
Shortly after we arrived in Bhutan, Doc found out that he had lost a good friend back home, ODB. I think being so far away made it even harder on him. He decided to stick it out the best he could.
It doesn't look like it's sunshiny on this side.
freezing cold.
Do you have a thermometer on your watch?
Yes.
What does it say that it is?
It's like 10 degrees up in here.
How about these, huh?
It is really cold. And I left my jacket in the bag. Not a thinker, this one. Not a thinker.
We stopped at one of the highest points in the mountain pass, and Mingma pointed out some of Bhutan's natural resources.
It's called old growth forest. The choice is whether to cut down and sell it or to maintain it, to protect it, so that it can provide watershed for hydroelectricity or also for high-end tourism. It's very similar to the North American, the Pacific Northwest old growth forest. Bhutan is facing the same issues as the United States. Now, this is something I think the Western world can learn from Bhutan and help reduce the reliance on forests.
Can I jump?
No, no, don't.
I thought Uncle Ming was going down right there.
That was the scene from the House of Ming.
We hung this flag up in the memory of ODB. I can't be at the memorial service or the wake. I'm way out here right now, but I'm still, you know, keeping them in spirit. So we hung this flag up in memory of ODB in the highest place in the highest mountain. Man, spirit lasts forever, you hear me? That's what it is, man. All right, I'm good.